Okay, hi everyone. I hope you guys are doing great. So as per our conversation in the group, we did agree that we're going to be sharing a video with you guys of how to place your closure before you can actually make the wig, right? So I do believe that as far as wig making, there's people that are struggling with the closure placement, so which is the most important part of the actual thing. So I'm just gonna be giving you guys a brief overview of how to place the closure in the most I'll try to make it as simple as possible, and also make sure that I cover everything that you need to know as far as this is concerned, right? So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys how to place a 5x5 closure. It's just a bit different from the 4x4 closure in the sense that it's just wider, right? So it's a bigger closure than the 4x4, right? But everything else is the same. The same technique we use for the 4x4 is the same trick we're going to be using to place the closure onto the cap. So with this one, most of the 5x5 closures really don't come with the parting like the 4x4s do, right? So with this one, as you can see, it doesn't have a parting, but that shouldn't be a problem. We can easily just overlook that and just fold the closure into two. So with any closure, if you can't see the middle, you can just fold the closure and then just locate the middle just like that. Okay, so that middle part is just what is going to correspond with the middle part of the wig cap. I think you guys already know what I'm talking about, right? So my closure, here we go. We've located the middle line, right? You take your wig cap, okay? Please make sure that it's not the other way around. These are meant to adjust the wig, so they need to be inside, right? And then your closure comes to the top. I think that's already clear. You guys already know what I'm talking about. If you don't, you can just inbox me and I'll explain to you. So my middle part has to correspond with the middle part of the wig cap, okay? And then your hairline has to be just in front of the line on the wig cap, right? So you can see my hairline is just in front of this line, the black line, right? So then what do I do now? Obviously we want to secure our closure, but what we do first is, I think for me, the simplest way is to secure the left side first, right? So I'm just gonna place my closure below my presser foot, put down my presser foot, and then I'm just gonna stitch all the way to the corner of the closure, okay? Okay. So we're using a straight stitch. You just control with your hands and make sure that your stitch is straight. You stitch all the way to the corner of the closure. All right. So I'm done with the left side. I hope this is clear. I'm done with the left side. As you can see, I just stitched the left side all the way to just before this corner, right? And then my next step is to make sure that my hairline is straight still, okay? Now we're focusing on the right side. Make sure you pull your closure and make sure that it's really flat, okay? So I do the same. Put my closure and then I let down the presser foot. So with the right side, I'm going to stitch to the middle of the closure, okay? And then once that is done, you lift up your closure, okay? You lift up your closure and then you press down the left side. I hope this is clear. You press down the left side, okay? So I'm holding here. I'm holding the left side, and then on the right side, you pull the closure and make sure that it's gonna lie flat as you're stitching. You always have to do this because we are trying to avoid the little bump that comes with you just stitching with without checking actually what's happening. So make sure that as you're stitching, you pull your closure out, right? And as I'm stitching, you don't let go of the left side. So your finger is always pressing down and the right hand is pulling out the closure to make sure that it's lying flat. So I'm just going to stitch all the way to where my finger was holding. All right, and that's it. There you have it. So this is our closure. I hope you guys can see. This is our closure, right? And then if you check, there shouldn't be any bump on the closure. There should not be any bump, because what that bump does is once your wig is done and you're trying to blow dry, it's always going to show that bump. So we always have to avoid having that bump. So just to recap, you hold the left side, right, the corner. So okay, the beginning is we stitch the left side first, and then we stitch it all the way to the corner, right? And then we come to the right side, we stitch it all the way to halfway through, and then you lift up your closure. Your left hand presses down the corner of the left side, and your right hand pulls the right side. And as you're pulling, you keep stitching and you're holding the left side. You stitch all the way through until you get to the left side. I think that's about it as far as the 4x4, 5x5 placement is concerned. I'm hoping that the video is quite clear, and then we're just gonna do another video of how to make the full frontal wig. But yeah, that should be it as far as the 4x4. Thank you very much. 5x5 actually. Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate you guys.